So we are going to talk about the HTML image and link. You may be wondering that whenever you visit any web page, you used to see an image. Like this web page now, there is an image, and you have something that whenever you click, it's going to redirect you to another page, which we refer to as linking. So how this is being done is what we are going to learn in this section. So let's start with the HTML image. Images are very popular, and they are very important in beautifying as well as to depict many concepts on your web page. It's true that one single image is worth than thousands of words. So as a web developer, you should have clear understanding on how to use image on your web pages. So inserting an image is of the make use of the img image elements, that is the img element. So let's see how it works. So whenever you want to insert an image, you have to make use of the img elements. So let's log into our FTP username, my username and my password. I can get it in the email that it sent me during the course of my registration. So there's a problem. I've told you, that's why I asked you to be typing it with your hand so that there won't be any mistakes. So copying from the email we sent you, there can be some, so it's better you just look at it and you try to type it with your hand. But I want to go to the starting directory. I want to go to my www directory directly, so I can just press www directory. So it's going to go to my www directory directly. Can you see? So let's create a new file. Let's call it image.html. So because this is a page that will be displaying our image. So right now I've told you that to insert image, you are going to use the img tag, img open tag. But note, there's an exception to the img tag. Normally I've told you that whatever have an open tag will have a closing tag, but for img tag it does not have a closing tag. So that's just the only exception that we have. So the img tag, so this is a tag that they use in inserting an image. But whenever you want to insert an image, the image itself, whether it's PNG, whether it's GIF, whether it's JPEG, must already exist. You understand? The image itself must already be existed. So to insert, let's say we want to insert an image now. Let's just visit any website and look at their image. Sorry, let me go back. Let's visit any websites and look at their image, the image that they may have. Let's visit HTML colors in W3 schools. So normally this, what you are seeing here right now, is not an image, but let's look at any image that they may have on this web page. I think this is an image, view image. Let's go to view image. Can you see this one is an image, and what's the image? This is the image name. So I want inside my page now, this is my website now. Inside my page, image.html, I want it to be, whenever my web visitor view this page, I want this image to be displaying. So since this image is on another person's website, then I say the source is from what? A website. My image source may rather be in my own site or another website. Just note, source can either be in your own site, that you are designing the site that you want to place that image, or the source is on what? Another site. So right now let's try the example of source being on another site. Like this now, is this image now is present in this site, but I want to make use of this image. I want this image to be displaying in my web page image.html. So how would I do that? I told you that whenever you want to insert image, you use the img tag. So ing we have an attribute, and what's the attribute? The attribute is referred to as src, meaning source. So the source of the image, I told you that before you can use an img, before you can insert an image, that image must already exist. So you must know the part that the image is saved in, the part of the image. So when you know the part of the image, that's when you just put inside the source. So right now our image is, this is the link to our image, to where the image we want to place on our side. This is the link. So all we do is inside this source you just place the link, then you save. So let's preview this web page. So let's go to our site. And what's the name of the page? The name of the page is image.ing. So that's only saving. So let's refresh our page. The name of the site, the page is what? image.html. So image.html. Can you see? So the image, this image now is not displaying on my web page. Why? Because I have used the image to bring it in. So this time around the image is present in what? In another server, another site. So under our source, then the name of the site and the name of the image. This is the name of the image. Well, let's now say the image is present on the same website. How are we going to do that? Normally our file name is image.html and it's present inside our www directory. So what will happen is, let me just use any image on my system. Let me use my image on my system. Let me look for any image on my system. Any image, any GIF, any HTML document. Okay. Let me open this. So let me use this image. Let me find this. Any pictures? I'm going to have pictures. So let me use this. So this is the image I want to use now. Can you see? This is the image I want to use. So I want to insert this image on my web page now. And what's the name of the image? The name of my image is what? 10. But you have to know the format of this image. The format is what? JPG. Then the name of the image is now what? 10.what.jpg. So the first thing you have to do is, under the image source, you will say is what? Is 10.jpg. You save this. But if you save this, your image will not still appear. Why? Normally you save this. Let's refresh our web page. You discover that your image will not still appear. Let us finish loading. Can you see? You just see that there is something that tells you that image is supposed to be here. But why is it that your image does not display? Because although you have used int syntax to insert an image, but the image is not found on your server. So that's why I say that before you use an image, the image must also be already what? Located on your server. You know, during the time that we are trying to use our source from this site now, we make sure that this image is already on this site, it's already on this direction. Since you know that the image is already there, then that's when we use this thing, this link. But this one now, in the example here now, we use our source as what? We said our source is what? 10.jpg. But there is no image on www directory. That is, let's look for www directory. You discover that when we check our www directory, there is nothing like 10.jpg. Can you see? Finish. There is nothing here that is 10.jpg. You not see anything 10.jpg. So what we have to do right now is that we have to insert 10.jpg. We have to insert 10.jpg. We have to insert it inside our www directory before our image can start displaying. So normally we have used our img src to bring an image temp.jpg, but when we refresh our web page, we are discovering that the image is not appearing. Why? Because of, although we have asked it to show temp.jpg, but temp.jpg is not present on our www directory. So for our image to appear, we have to go to our www directory and click on upload. We click on browse, then I will go to my desktop where the image is located, and I will find temp.jpg, and I'll find temp.jpg, and I'm going to ask it to upload. So you wait till it finish uploading. So we have successfully uploaded temp.jpg. So let's refresh our page. Now note two things. The first thing we did is we use our img src source, then under the source we put the name of the picture that we want to display, and this picture I've told you that must also exist. Even though you use img src to say temp.jpg, this temp.jpg must also be present in your www directory. And how can you know maybe it's present? Go to open a new tab, go to www directory. By the time you are searching, you will see temp.jpg. Can you see? So that means whatever things you want to, whatever image you want to use in this source must also be present. Whether you first write this image source now, then later you can upload your picture, the picture name, to your www directory, or you first upload the picture, then you use the image source name. So right now, if you save this file now and we refresh our web page, since we use image source, that okay, our source should be temp.jpg, and our temp.jpg is already present in our www directory, then our picture is going to display. So we have saved image HTML. So let's refresh our image HTML. Can you see now? The image as what? Can you see the image? The image is now displayed. Can you see? The image is now what? Is now displayed. So there are two things whenever you are using the img tag. The first thing is in the page you want to display the image. Like right now, it's an image.html. In the page you want to display the image, make sure you use this tag img, and the source, the name of the picture, temp.jpg. So, and this picture must also be present in your www directory, and that's what we did by uploading that picture. So that picture must be present in your www directory, and you use this thing. So by the time you run this page, then your picture should display. So it's not only source that is the img attributes. There are various attributes that we have. Just that the source is the most important of all the image attributes, src, the source that the image is going to have. But right now we discover that this image is very, very big. There should be a way for us to be able to reduce the width, the height, and that's what we are talking about, the other attribute of image. But the most important one that is compulsory is the source, because without source we don't know where the kind of, we don't know the name of the image you want to display. It's only source that will tell us that okay, the image you want to display is, the name is this. That's because there may be a lot of names, a lot of pictures on your www directory that you must have uploaded. But how do you now know which one to be displayed? That is the work of source. So right now it's because of source that I'm able to know that okay, the name of picture you want to display is what, temp.jpg. So right now there are other attributes that we can use under the img. We have the width and the height. So let me try this. This is source. I can use width. Look at this, the width and the height of this one. You can see that the width and height is very, very big. So right now I can use width of 200. Height, I can use width and height of 200. I've told you that a syntax can contain more, a tag can contain as many attributes as possible. Like that font now, we told you that it can contain face, it can contain size, it can contain color as its attributes when we are talking about fonts. So but the highest attribute a font can contain is just 3, which are color, the face and the size. But our img attribute, it has a lot of attributes that it can contain, more than Let me count it. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. It can contain more than 14 attributes, but I'm trying to explain the width and height now. So the width is 200 and the height is 200. So let's save this in and see what happens. So we've saved it now. So let's review it. You can see that this says when we do not set the image height and the image width, automatically the default image that you upload, that default image size and width is what is going to display, and that is why you see it's very big. It's because the image size and the image width, the image I upload now, the image width and the size is very big, and that is why you see that it's big. But with the image height and width attributes, I'm able to say, okay, even if this image is very big, like it is now, I want you to convert its width to 200, and I want you to convert its height to 200. So now if we refresh this now, by the time we refresh this now, we discover that, can you see 200? So the height is 200 and the width now is what? Is 200 by 200. So, and that's why you see that each of all the images in a particular site, you will discover that they are always very of different size. So with your attributes, your image, your IMG attribute, you can do, okay, I can say height should be 500. Let me see. So now with the image width and height, I can be able to set the image width and height of my image in my web page, on my web page. Can you see the height is 500 and the width is 200. So another attribute that we have is setting the border. SRC I've already explained to you. This is the source that the image is, the name of the file, the name of the image file. If the image is on a site, a given site, you look for the site, you look for what the name as, and you look for all the link. Normally this image now, his name is out together. So whenever you go to a particular site like this now, whenever you go to a particular site like this now, you go to this site now, you see an image, but now look at the link. Now you will discover that the link of that image, the name of the image is not in this link. The name of this image is not present in this link. So to know the final destination of this image, where this image is located with this image, all you need to do is what? You right click and you click on view image. Then this time around, we are able to see the link. And the name of our image here now is what? sml/editor.gif. So if you want this image to be displaying in our web page, now all we need to do is copy all this link, then we'll go to our SRC, then we'll just copy the link directly here. So automatically to be displaying it on our web page. But since we are not trying to display an image that is present in a particular site, we are trying to display the image that is present on our own site. Then what we are going to do is the name of the image with its extension. Then this image, we must make sure that this image is also present in our www directly. That is, the 10.8 PG must also be present in your www. So I can set the width and the height. So another thing that I can set in the attributes of IMG is the border. It can either be 1 or 2. So for the case of this tutorial, let me just set it to 2. I believe you understand what a border means. The thickness, the lines that you see here is what we refer to as border. So right now, can you see it's thickness? I can send it to 1, I can send it to 2. So other things that you can do, I'll just, for the case of theory, just read all this, like border, set a border around the image. This would have a value like 1 or 2. So there's an explanation of all these attributes. You can get their explanation, and I believe you know how to use them. If I want to use this auth now, all I need to do is, I'll just say, if I want to use the auth now, all I need to do is, I'll just add the auth attribute. I'll just say auth is equals to, and whatever the auth is, It's just the alt is just telling you about the alternative text, the description of what the image means. You know, there are some image that when you see them like this and you place your cursor there, you are not clicking it, they will just tell you that image of a girl, image of a boy. You've not clicked it, but when you just place your text, then you will see image of a girl, image of a boy. So all those things are what referred to as the alt. Talking about the alt. So you can, each of these attributes are here, you know how to apply them, and that's what our tutorial, the Ewebtutor is all about, telling you the application, how is all the attributes, all the tags, how they are applicable. So for the case of this tutorial, I will just talk about this for the width, the height, border, and the SLC, which I believe I've already talked about. So the other one, you can try them yourself by adding it onto your image, and you will see the how would I put it, by adding it you will see the changes. So let me just add one last, the H space, horizontal space around image. They said the value can either be 10 or 20%. So let me add H space. Let me say is equals to 20%. Let's see what H space, what it means, horizontal space. So let me refresh my web page. So this is the review. So for the case of this tutorial, just go through all these tag, as in all these attributes one by one, and add them to your tag, your img tag, and see their outputs. So there is description that is trying to teach you, as in that is trying to teach you what all these attributes, what they represent. So you can try them yourself because of time. So an example is this, the INGSLC, an image, this image, and this is the location of image. And I've taught you in this, if you use this code now, there is an image in Ewebtutor site under their images folder. There is an image named html.kif, so that image is going to display in your website. Whatever website that you place this picture is going to display in it, and the alternative text is HTML tutorial. So I believe I've already talked about all this. So we have the image attribute, the width, height, title, border, and color. I've already explained all this for you. So you can just image source, this image source, so you can change it to whatever image that you want to upload, whatever it is. Maybe it's in your web page, or maybe it's in your server. Yeah, this is your www directory, or that image is in if the image is in your www directory, you just write the name of the image directly, maybe 10.jpg. But if the image is present in another site, then you have to first look for the final destination of that image in that site, then you copy the link like I did in the previous example. So that's just about that one. So wrapping text around images, you should be able to know how to do this. I believe you already know how to do this. Let's say for example, now I want to write a text that to specify something. I can decide to say, okay, I can place this one in the first paragraph. I can say this is a girl, a university girl picture. Then I close the paragraph. Then I open another paragraph. Then I make that image to be in that paragraph. Then I open another paragraph again. Then I can say, are you sure? So that means I close the paragraph. That means I have wrapped this image inside the text. I've had that image inside a text. So you see the way they will display now. Can you see? This is a girl. This is a girl. This is a university girl's picture. Can you see how they display it? Then are you sure? Are you sure is there? Can you see? Are you sure? This is a university girl picture. Are you sure? So this is the way you can wrap text around an image. So it's just a normal way. All you just need to do, just a normal way of writing text. Just write your text. So wherever your image will be, it can be in another paragraph. So you place the image in another paragraph and place your text. So it's just normal. What you just need to do is, by the time you write the first paragraph text, then you use the ing screen to bring in an image, and after the image you place whatever content you want to add. So you can try this example, you can run this code in order for you to try the example. But the first for this tutorial, we are just going to jump there because I've already explained what we are trying to talk about. But for theoretical knowledge or practical, you can run that here. So the next thing that we are going to talk about is the HTML test link. Web pages can contain links that takes you directly to other pages and even specific parts of a given page. These links are known as hyperlinks. Hyperlinks allow visitors to navigate between websites by clicking on word, phrase, and images. Thus, you can create hyperlinks using text or image available on your any web page, on your web page. In this tutorial, you will learn how to create text links between the different pages of your site, links within pages of your site, and how to link to other sites. And I believe you are already familiar with what we mean by linking. Let's say, for example, now when you go to a particular website, now let's say Gmail, now you click on compose mail, it's going to open the so this, what you see now, is something you can click, is called a link. Like this one that you are currently working, if you click, can you click on this one? It's not clickable. So this is not a link, this is just a normal text. But this also is a text, but this text is linked. That's what we are trying to explain to you, that a text can either be linked or an image be linked. Like this one now is an image, Gmail image, but you can also click it. So that means it can either be a text that will be a link, or a image can be a link. But whenever you click on something in your web page and it takes you to another page in that site, or it takes you to another website entirely, that's what we refer to as a link. So anything that you can click that will navigate to another page in the same website, or that will navigate to another page in another website, that thing is what we refer to as a link, hyperlinks. So to link a document, we make use of the A elements. To link a document, we make use of the A elements, and the most important attribute, just like the source in ing element, is the the most important attribute in the A tag is the href, that is the referrer, where you want it to go, where should it go. So let's try an example. Let's say we say click me to go to Yahoo. You want to see whereby whenever they click on this text, click me to go to Yahoo. Whenever they click on this text, you want it to go to yahoo.com. How will you do that? Then that is when you are going to, before this click me, you are going to use a syntax, and any that I have open always have some, there are some exceptions, but always have a closing. So click me to go to Yahoo. So whenever somebody click on this thing now, we are expecting that it should go to what? It should go to what? Yahoo. But it can't just go anywhere right now, because normally you have used the A element, you have used the A tag, but you have not specified where you should go to. And to specify that, you are going to add an attribute, href attributes. So the name of the site you want it to go to will now be here. So if you want to go to another site, then you have http www.yahoo.com. So immediately somebody click on this link, they click here, click me to go to Yahoo, they click on this text, automatically whatever is inside this space is where it will take them to. So if you put gmail.com here now, whenever they click on this, whenever the user click here, it's going to take them to what? Gmail.com. So whenever you place a link, the text, let's call this one is what we refer to as a link text. Whenever you create a link text, when a user click on that link text, it's going to take them to whatever you put is as a value for href. But right now, what I put as a value for href is www.yahoo.com. Make sure you put http. So whenever the user click on this text now, it's going to go to yahoo.com. So let's try it and see. save it. So let me refresh my web page. Can you see? Click me to go to Yahoo. Immediately the user click on this now. Can you see it's loading? The page is loading automatically. You just see that it will take them to what? www.yahoo.com. Can you see? So that is what referred to as linking. So whatever you place here now that the user can click, that will take them to another place, is what referred to as the link text. Can you see? It's already turned to Yahoo. Can you see that it has already turned to Yahoo? So yahoo.com is going to display. And this is what happens whenever you visit a site and they ask you to go to somewhere to get our information. Then they place the name of the site, to get that information. They place it at the backend, at the href. So that when you click there, when you click on the link text, so whatever the value of the href is where, whatever the value of the href is where your, whatever the value of the href is where your the browser is going to navigate to. So when the user click on this thing now, it's going to navigate to this site. So that's just about linking. Can you see? This is Yahoo. Let me go back. So that's just Yahoo. Another thing that can, a link may not be a link text. An image also can act as a link. So how do we do that? Instead of clicking to go to Yahoo, I can decide to use an image. So in this link now, this is link. So whatever I place inside this space, we already know that it has to be what? It has to be linked. So it's because I click here to go to Yahoo, that is what makes that text to turn to a link. But if I place that text after this a referrer, after this a closing tag, with this one now, will it be link? It can't be link because this thing is not present inside the space. It will not be link. So I've already know that whatever I want to be, whatever object or text or image I want I want it to be in such a way that when the user click on it, I want it to navigate to another page. I have to place that inside the opening and the closing tag in between them. So but now is the image that I want them to click for it to go to Yahoo. How will I do that? Then I will introduce an ing, then src is equals to, what's the name of the image that I want them to display? I want it to display 10.jpg because that's the image I have already on my server, on my www directory. After that I will, so that it will not be too big, let me just decrease the width to 200. Then the height also, let me decrease it to 100. So let me save. So this is the image. So the image now, whenever the user click on the image, is going to go to yahoo.com. Can you see? This is the image, but whenever I click on this image, it's going to take me to yahoo.com. Can you see? It's taking me to yahoo.com. So it's not only text that you can link, you can also link a image. So but whatever you want to link, whether a text, whether an image, but if it's an image, you have to place inside this tag. I believe you know that's what you use in insert image, and the image itself must already exist. This 10.jpg must already be present in your www directory. But if it's a text, all you just need to do is write the text. All you just need to write the text. So when they click on it, it's going to navigate to where it ought to go. So that's just about linking. But it's possible for you to link. This one now is linking to another site. It's linking from your site to another site. But it's possible for you to want to link from one page of your site to another page of your site. How will you do this? Normally this page that we are right now is what? Image.html. Let's say whenever, let me look at my other file that I have on my system. I have basic.html also page. I have basic.html page. So right now I want a situation whereby whenever they click here, whenever they click on this thing, I want it to go to what? Normally the page I am right now is what? Image.html. I want it to go to basic.html. Let me save this. So what will happen is when I refresh this page now, I'm going to see when I refresh this page now, I'm going to see click here, and that is what we have here. I'm going to see click here, but when I click on it, it will take me to what? Basic.html. So this time around, it's going to take me to a page inside my site. So So this time around, I'm not trying to. I don't want you to go to another website. If I want you to go to another website, that's when I will start using http /www.yahoo.com or google.com or any site that I want you to go to. But right now, I want you to go to a page inside my website. And normally in my www directory, I have another page called basic.html. So I want you to go to this page. Once they click here. So let me click here. Click here. You discover that you go to what? Basic.html. So what is inside my basic.html is I go there. That's the content that is inside my basic.html. Let me see, maybe it's true. Inside my basic.html. Let me just go to edit. Can you see? I go there. And that's why you have I go there. So from this HTML, when I click here now, it takes me to basic.html. So, and this is what they make use of in site to access web pages. When you click on contact us, it will take you to contact.html. When you click on about us, it will take you back to about.html. When you click on index.html, when you click on our service, it will take you to different pages. And this is they make use of linking in all those web pages. So one thing you just have to know is this: a link may be from your site, from that page, that particular page that you place that link, to a different site. Then that's when you start using HTTP stuff. And a link may also be from a page in that website to another page in the same website. Like this example that I did now, the page is what? Image.html in this site to another page in that site, and to another page. What's the another page? Basic.html page. So, and this page now, I can also have a link in this basic.html that will also link back to what? Image.html. And this is what they make use of. Look at Ewebtutor homepage now. Ewebtutor homepage. The same thing I'm teaching you here now is what I apply in Ewebtutor homepage. If I click on register, it will take me to register. So inside this register again, I can go back to home, because home is also linked to what? Index.html. So if I click back to home, I can click on download. It will take me back to download.php. Can you see? From download.php, I can go back to admin area. It will take me to what? Can you see the link? Admin.php. So I can go back to FTP. It will take me to /FTP. So all these things are linking, and this is the way you make use of hrefara for linking. So there are a lot of attributes for link also. There are a lot of attributes for the case of this tutorial. The most important one is just that hrefara. So other one, you can try it yourself. But another thing I'm going to talk about is the targets. This is one of the attributes I'm going to talk about in the after the URL under the A element. So let's look at target. Let's say target equals to target can only be $blank underscore top underscore parent underscore self. It can only just be that for the values can only be that 4 thing. It can't be more than that 4 thing. The value of target can either be underscore blank, underscore top, underscore parents, and underscore self. So let me just tell you about $blank. Normally, look at this link now that we created here now. If you click here, basic.html, since we have linked this click here to basic.html, the basic.html is going to open on the same page. This page now, this web browser now, is not going to display it on another the basic.html is not going to display it on another tab. It's going to be displayed under the image.html page. Why? It's going to be displayed on it. If I click, you can see now it's displayed on it. Why? The reason is because the default targets for every link is $underscore self. That's the default targets. If they didn't put that, in the previous example that we did, we did not put targets. So it's not as if this thing does not have target, but the default target is what? Underscore self. That is say you should open that new page. That's the basic.html page. You should open it on the previous page. And what is the previous page? Is the image.html page. So you should open the new page on that previous page. So but let's use another type of target. I've already explained that underscore self for you now. So let me use another target. Let me use underscore blank. Let's see how this underscore blank works. Let's refresh this page so that I think this will occur. When I click here now, the new page now, which is basic.html, is going to open another tab, and this image.html will still exist. It will not overwrite this image.html. Let me click on it. Can you see another tab is open? This is the previous one. This is what you click, and another tab is where it's displayed. I go there. So, and this is what happens when you click on the site. Sometimes when you click on a link in a site, sometimes the link is going to open another page in your web browser, so that what you are doing before, you will not miss it. Let's say for example you are reading something now, and they tell you that for you to finish, okay, maybe you have like five different paragraphs. They now say the same paragraph 1, you've read it. Paragraph 2, when they now want to finish paragraph 2, they now say that for other understanding of that paragraph 2, that please go to this link. You click on the link, and that link now open on the page you are presently. By the time you read the content of that link, and you want to go back to the previous page in order for you to continue up to that paragraph 5, there will be a problem. So that is why whenever a programmer, whenever they are designing a web page, they make sure that the link, they place it at target of what? $blank, so that it will be open blank. It will be open the link in a blank page, so that the page you are before, that you click on the link, this page image.html, the page will still be there, and the new page that you want to visit will have been open in another page, so that you can still be accessing information here, and also you can still be accessing your information in the new page, so that one will not disturb the other. But if you do not put a target, the default target will be $self, and sorry, the default target will be underscore self. If you do not use target, the default target will be underscore self. And what it means is, by the time I click on click here now, image.html is going to live there, and I will not see basic.html. So there is no way for me to access my image.html again, except I want to open it in another tab, and it's a waste of time. So that is why it's very good whenever you want to create a link to give it a target of underscore blank. So other target that we have already explained, underscore self. Underscore self is just a default. If you want to give a link underscore self, you don't need to even declare the target. You can leave it empty. You don't need to declare the target to give it the default. That's why they say by default. Can you see? By default, it's underscore self. But $blank means you want to open the new link in another page in your web browser. That's underscore blank. So underscore top and underscore parent, you can try them yourself. Normally you can read, if you read this content now, you'll be able to understand what they mean by underscore top and underscore parent, underscore top and underscore parent. But you can try them yourself in the target and see how it displays. So the name ID, the title, and the access key, all those things you can also try them. They are also attributes for the A elements, that is a linking element, they are attributes. So this part for link, I've already explained this. Linking to a page selected, I've explained this. This is setting link color. In case you want to set a link color, so you can set the link color, the visitor, the over, a over color. So this is the link color. So creating drop down link, creating a download link. This is how we create a download link. So let's try it. Let's say for example now let's go to our www directory and see maybe there is a file that we want our visitors to download. Let's say for example now I want my site visitor to download what file did I have here? I have a PDF file here. Let's say I want my web visitor, let me rename this file to server. I want my web visitor to be able to download server or let me not use this, let me use a document file so that you'll be able to understand. Okay, let's say I want my register to be able to download attendance.csv. This is a CSV comma delimiter file, or maybe docs, or any file that you have. But the format of this one, to know it, I'll just go to property. The format is .csv. So you can download document, you can ask them to download document, you can ask them to download PDF, you can ask them to download Excel, anything. They can download anything. But I want to create a download link that user will be able to download this file attendance. So the first thing I will do is this attendance that I want users to be able to download, I have to first place it on my site, on my server, on my www directory. How would I do that? The first thing is I will go to my www directory. I'll go to my www directory. I'll click on upload attendance. I'll go to attendance and I will have it to upload. So after it's finished uploading, I can go back to my www directory to see maybe it has uploaded attendance. Can you see this attendance.csv? So first thing I did is the file I want them to download, I first place it on my www directory. The next thing is to create the download link. And how the link work, I can say download file now. Then to download, I have to place it in a link because the download link, download file, download link, href. So href now, instead of placing the name of the site that you want it to go to, or the name of the site, or the name of page you want it to go to, like about.html inside your site, then you just place the name of the file. What's the name of the file? Attendance.csv. I'll just place attendance.csv. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that it's not only link like index.html, about.php. It's not only link that you use a element for. You also use it for what? A download link. So this time I for me to say about.html or basic.html or any other links I want it to go to, because if I use .html, that means I want it to open another, I want it to open the page in here. If I use about.html, that means I want it to open about.html page. But if I use something any file name apart from or a language name like HTML, like PHP, like Java, if I use any file name, then it's going to download that file. So right now, whenever they click on download file now, automatically is going to ask them to download this file. So download link and a navigation link is almost the same thing. The only thing is just about navigation link is if you create a page, let's say you create a page attendance.html, let's say you create a page attendance.html. By the time the person click on download file, by the time they click on whatever is inside this page, by the time you click on it, it's going to navigate them to this page. But if you do not use target, it's going to open in the same page as your image.html. But if you use target as $blank, it's going to open this attendance.html in another page. But if you want to create a download link, you just need to, inside this href, you just place the file name attendance dot what, the file name .csv, then you end the what, the link, you end the link, then you save, then we preview our web page. We preview our web page. Download file now. So once I click now, it will ask me, it will give me, can you see that you have chosen to open attendance? So it will ask me to save, it will ask me to save the file, so I can then save the file. So and this is how a download link is, that is how they get a download link. So you can place a document file, but just note whatever file you are placing, you have to know the file name. Like this example now, my file name is what? My file name is attendance. I have to know my file name dot the extension of that my file name. So if you are using a document file, it will be dot what? Docs. If you are using a PDF, it will be dot PDF. So if you are using a video to be maybe mp4 or maybe .avi, so irrespective of whatever you want them to download, you have to know the name of that file the extension of that file. That is when to download the file. But if it's a page, it will be .html or any other programming language. So that's just everything just still used that a tag, even the download link. So this is how to raise a file download dialog box. Like when you are downloading something and there is a download box that is saying the 5%, 12%, all those things. So just run this code. So for the case of this tutorial, we are just going to we are going to jump this. So you can just run this code. The HTML image link, I've already taught you this. By an image, you can make an image to be a link. I believe I've already explained this. All you need to do is the open tag of the HTML and the closing tag, the open tag of the link, the a element and the closing a element. Then in between them, I've told that whatever you want to give a link, that's whatever text you want to give a link will be in between this thing. But right now we want the image to be a link. That's why we use the ing src. So the name of the image is here. So I've already explained this in the previous example. So the mouse sensitive image, the server side image map. So all these things I believe is just for all this mouse sensitive image and the server side image map. All these things are just theory. Just whenever you have a question or about for you to know how it works, how the image, inserting image or inserting links in the site, how they works. So it's better for you to just go through this content so that you have the theoretical knowledge as well as the practical knowledge. So I believe everything you need to know about linkings and inserting an HTML image, I believe I've already taught you and you already understand. So for the case of theory, please just go through this material so that you'll be able to, in case somebody asks, normally you know how to do things, you know how to use the tag, you know how to use the attribute, you know how to use the values. But if they now ask question, a theoretical question about it, can you answer them? So that's why I asked you to just go through the PDF so that you have a broad knowledge about all we're trying to talk about. So let's go to the next section. So what do you have? So for the case of theory, please just go through this content. So thank you very much for being there.